Hey guys, it is me, I'm going to show you guys, and today we're back with another episode review, and today we're going to be reviewing in a whole analysis for everything for the episode, season 3, episode 2 of the Owl House for the future, and before we actually go and fully go on to the whole type of review, stuff like that, I know the whole episode leaked, and I know that's how I watched it, so I just want to say some disclaimers here. I am going to be rewatching the whole entire episode when it does originally air, just to help support it. I know many people don't want to watch the episode saying you're not supporting the creator when it leaks out, even though some iTunes, kind of bought it from iTunes. Well, some people actually bought it. It was already taken away by the time I actually heard about it. But yes, I will be actually rewatching it to help support the creators. So please don't start going to comments below like, yeah, helping supporting the creators and stuff like that. If you want to even do extra step, I could probably go on iTunes and get it too. But yes, the whole episode did leak on iTunes a whole 2 weeks earlier. And there's no way I could literally survive 2 whole weeks and literally getting fed leaks. Like I literally saw her palisman and I saw lots of photos and stuff like that before I even watched the episode. So yeah, it's no way I was gonna survive. I just finished watching the episode like an hour or two ago, so I think I let some things sink in so I can say my full thoughts and everything like that. But it's gonna have huge spoilers for this entire episode, so I advise you to leave. I try putting minimal spoilers in the I guess thumbnail, and you can't really get spoilers for photos too much because all of them is always gonna be out of context kind of. So yeah, that's kind of good. But without further ado, let's go talk about what the whole entire episode is about, and then doing a whole analysis, the whole entire thoughts, and probably what's gonna happen within the next episode, aka the last episode. So the whole entire episode begins like how I guess season 2 ended, but instead of like the other episode, thanks to them, season 1, it starts off the exact same way, but it shows what happens to Luce and her friends and their whole entire journey until they get back to the Boiling Isles. But now we'll be seeing King's perspective of what really happened after seeing the portal exploding, and then seeing the Collector and King all talk about things about, when the Collector starts making the Owl House, the actual game they're talking about, and also starts controlling everybody, I guess. So that's just kind of happens. They have a new little intro. It's extremely short, unlike the other intro. They have a new logo too. Instead of the logo being like this, usually some actual logo changes actually change, making it look like the Collector's Edition, which is pretty interesting because also the Collector has a huge part in this episode, and also his theme literally plays a lot in this episode, so pretty nice. So we can actually see how, all of them get back up to, the Boiling Isles. I was about to say Earth, but also Luce gets stuck within this 2-dimension, the whole dimension between the Boiling Isles and Earth. She gets stuck between that again. That was in episode 11 of season 2, Yesterday's Lie. So it is pretty interesting that she's back there. Don't know why she keeps getting stuck there. She was literally stuck there. I don't think she was even the first one in there. I think Amity and them went in together. So yeah, really confusing that. Don't know, maybe it's the Titans' way of being like, yo, I want to show you something, because everyone's thinking that they're connected somehow. But yeah, they're back. They have to try and they're all happy to also be back to the Boiling Isles. So now they're gonna have to find a new way to be safe and understand what's been happening for the past month or two there. And then they see that it's literally all colorful and all, I guess, vibrant on one side. Reminds me of Star Wars: The Forces of Evil. That whole episode, I thought it actually was, everything's all different and unique, and it kind of looked like that, but it is pretty cool. But the more we actually hop to the episode, you definitely see a lot more about that. We'll also get some moments of seeing that whole Owl House and how it actually is now, and about Luce trying to actually get her palisman, and also the whole mom trying to convince Luce to do what makes her happy and stuff like that. But all of them talking about like old past stuff. So I guess I don't want to go into full detail about that because I don't want this video to be like literally the whole episode length of 40 minutes of me literally telling you bit by bit. But they just talked about some things about how they were in school back then, and how Willow's always there for Gus, and then their mom wants to understand how she can help Luce. And also Hunter on the other side is literally having I guess not angry, she's because being extremely sad about what happened to Flapjack in the last episode. If you do not know, spoilers, he kind of died. But later on in the episode, we find out a little bit more about that. I guess let me tell you about that. But also we can see how all the other palismans are trying to help him, but he's still mad because he's literally lost his best friend, and kind of like his best friend in the whole entire world. So it is pretty sad for him. And also we can see King with this new little Collector outfit that just looks so cute. And also we find out that I guess they're still playing games, but then Collector keeps getting bored here and there. But Collector thinks that King's like his best friend, but obviously King's just acting. We all know it. But also every other civilian had been turned into a puppet, literally a mindless puppet that could only be controlled by the Collector. And King been telling the Collector some of the tales that Luz and Eda and all of them been through together. So the Collector tries to like reenact that by getting someone who can act like Eda, and it's literally for her name again. Dang it, literally for her name. I was like on the top of my head. And also, we find out that in the school, there's a whole bunch of teenagers that did actually survive the whole entire, I guess, new puppet apocalypse, you know? And literally the whole thing is that there's homes of floating stars with creepy looking eyes that if you look at you and stuff like that, you get turned into a puppet and something like that. So I don't remember if I'm actually saying it right. But they all get turned into puppets, and they're the only one that can survive and actually fend off for themselves here now. Also, we're back with Belos making a glyph to enter a secret little Grimrocker hideout. And then we see how he's asking to see if there's one left. He literally finds one. And do you know, I'm going to zoom into something. Do you like see something in the top corner? Like maybe there's a dagger, a certain dagger that might have stabbed Caleb. I literally am just looking at this right now to pausing this, but when I first watched it, I did not notice this. Anywho, Belos goes and tries to, you know, get another Grimrocker to go and get some more flesh because he's getting weak again, and also he lost one of his legs. He's like, this bro needs some more power. And also we can find out the little hiding out space for, like little sleepy night time, and how they sleep together and the best buddies, and also how King never let anyone I forgot the little name of his bear. Dang it, why do I keep forgetting names? And how he doesn't want anyone else to touch it. He only let one other person touch it, aka Luz. But yeah, the whole Collector wants him to also read a bedtime story. But after reading the whole bedtime story, something is actually like kept out. And when I first saw it, I was like, yo, is that like the way to defeat him? Because he mocked it out. But I don't think they talked about it unless that is what they talked about later on. But I'll get to that. Then we find out that Masha, you know, the whole, I think I said her name right, the whole football leader, whatever that thing called, volleyball leader, is actually the whole leader of the new school and stuff like that, and doesn't want to take new ideas, so they have to go and try to take new ideas. And then we also get back to the Collector and King trying to find, I guess, a way to stop the Collector, and also how, you know, the Collector killed a whole bunch of Titans. And also within these paintings, it definitely tells you some things about it. You can see some sun, some moon, a whole bunch of different Collectors, like 4 to 3 of them, as you guys can see that. And also I'm like kind of like zoom in there with my mouse. You guys can see there's 4 Collectors, one like little baby Collector, and on this side is a whole bunch of little baby Kings. It literally looks like Baby King with also one Collector there. And over here we got here literally the Collector here, and also a whole bunch of what's it called again, Collectors out looking at, that's probably the Boiling Isles or Earth, don't know what that is, but also a whole bunch of planets here. This is very confusing because like a lot of stuff to actually show and talk about here. And also you can see one of the Collectors, the Collector's holding up the skeletons, and also you see the Titan here. So yeah, if you pause, you can look at a whole bunch of different things here. And you can even see some being mocked out with, you know, some lore aspects there. You already know they're going to the story there. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, the whole Odalia was also, what's it called again? In control of the puppets, and like his little servant, the Collector servant, forgot to mention. Also literally Lilith gets a whole new haircut, and I guess her hair was originally like reddish or orangish like the family, and she just cut it really short for some reason. Don't know why, it does not fit her for some reason. And also Hoots, or she calls him Hootsifer, has been turned into a puppet, so that was sad in literally the beginning, the first few minutes. The whole band tries to do a whole rebel to make the, you know, to try to fight back and get new ideas to keep them all alive. That literally takes up like 11 more minutes of the episode. Belos goes and gets more Grimrockers, gets more powerful. Also, sad things happen if having, I guess, like looking at photos, because they're trying to find the glyph to teleport to the Titan's head, you know, the Sea King. Oh, anime moment. Also, Kikimora also comes back and the teeth are sharp, and my sister thinks she sharpened her teeth, but I'm like, that's so bad. Why did she do that? But who knows why? But yeah, she's back, and she wants to be bad again. And also, Willow's having a whole powerful anime moment. It's like exploding with a whole bunch of anger and stress, and like she just can't deal with all that anymore. And yeah, so like I guess she just got overwhelmed with everything that's happening, and she didn't know how to control it. So that happened for like literally only like 3 minutes, not too fast. Not too short. Then the Collector goes and takes over the Rain Puppet, and then after that, what's it called again? The Collector goes and actually tells, not the Collector, Belos goes and takes over Rain Puppet. Then the Rain Puppet goes and actually tells Belos that, yo, people are trying to, you know, take back. They're trying to go and find a way to stop you. And then Collector's like, no, but then he wants to see. They go, where's your precious friend now? So he goes and stalks on King. Then he stalks on King and literally sees a way to actually go and, you know, and the Collector, and how, you know, they're not really friends and all that stuff. So Collector is feeling sad now. He's like, oh no, he's like, oh, he's he were friends, stuff like that, and he's like, oh, to end him. So yeah, the Collector obviously knows King's true intentions now. So his little secret, I guess, is out. Also, Hunter, like I said in the beginning, has powers now. He can literally go and teleport anywhere that he wants with the power of like a talisman inside of him. Like, you know, I guess they kind of foreshadowed this in the beginning. I don't know how they did that. In the beginning, he had his staff to teleport everywhere, but now he had his talisman to help do that. But now his talisman is literally inside of him. Flapjack able to help him, you know, teleport. So now he has like Flapjack within him. So yeah, let's hope Flapjack is still there. You know, maybe Flapjack could come out as a new talisman. Who knows? But yeah, now he has teleportation powers like Sonic. Also, Lucy's talisman becomes like a whole ball for a few minutes. Literally, it's so short. If this literally season wouldn't have been cut, that would have probably been a full-on episode. Then we get the big reveal. Her talisman is actually a snake. Like, it's a full-on snake. Look at this thing. Snake power, like, look at that thing. In the beginning, it started turning to almost different animals, and then we'll both like streaming, like, okay, her talisman is anything. It could be anything it wants to be, but nope, it's just a snake. It literally just ends up being a snake. We all predicted it. Everybody's theories came true, and I don't know how. That was like the best foreshadowing. It's literally in the logo, but yeah, it's a snake. We all knew it. And then the episode literally ends with the Collector, with Belos in Rain telling the Collector, that's a full-on sentence, that, oh, look, they're trying to stop you, see? And the Collector is like, nah, I'm not having any of that. And then the episode literally ends with a whole bunch of cool end cards, but like things we didn't really see off camera that happened, you know, off camera because they probably didn't have enough time for all that. And also, like, literally everything. Like, you guys can see that Lilith literally became a puppet in here. Like, I did not see this here. Like, how did Lilith become a puppet and now she's not a puppet? He can unpuppet the puppets. And probably saw how King was so sad, and that's probably why the Collector actually freed her. That's what I'm guessing. So they showed how they cut her hair too. So yeah, it kind of shows it all. And also everything that the end cards kind of show would have actually probably been its own separate episode, but you know, Disney. Anywho, the Owl House. That's really what happened within this episode. Like I said, to be fully honest, I don't think this episode was as jam-packed like the last episode. I think this one definitely does fit its 40-minute mark. You could definitely still tell about things could have been episodes. But when it came to episode 1, thanks to them, you could definitely tell why they crammed the whole bunch into there. You could definitely tell how that was like, what, 10 episodes into one. But this one only feels like maybe 6. It doesn't feel like too crammed in together. It felt like a... And like you could definitely see some parts that would have been a whole episode, like the whole school thing. That would have definitely been a whole 20-minute episode. But in my opinion, I definitely do think the school part of it was kind of boring. Like, we didn't need all of that. Luce could have literally just got a pass, and they could have saved time too. I did see many parts in the whole episode where I did not need to happen. I don't think it was actually important. Like, even the whole Kikimora thing, that did not need to happen. That could literally been cut out. Nothing would have happened. Nothing probably would have changed except for her talisman. And yeah, that's why I definitely do think that some parts, I have a feeling they only did that because they want to end it off with the whole, you know, cliffhanger or stuff like that to extend the time so they have 40-something minutes. And the last episode is actually going to be 55 minutes, aka the longest Disney Channel episode we have ever gotten, almost a full-length movie. And it's going to be also coming out in April, and also it's called Watching and Dreaming. And if you put them all together, thanks to them for the future, watching and dreaming. And if you put the first letter of all 3 titles, it's thanks for watching. So that's a cool little Easter egg. So stay tuned. I'll definitely be doing more news on episode 3 when it comes out. And tell me, guys, in the comments below, what do you guys do think about this episode if you did watch it? And if I did get any of you guys mad because I watched it before it actually aired, I'm sorry about that. I literally did the same thing for True Colors, because you cannot blame me. If you're telling me you've been watching this show for like 2 years like I have been from the beginning, and then literally a whole episode comes out a whole 2 weeks early and everybody's spoiling everybody, it's no point in waiting any longer. I feel like by the time it actually comes out, like, this is literally the exact same thing as True Colors. It literally had a 2-week gap before it officially aired. But anywho, I did enjoy this episode. Is it better than the first episode? I have no idea. The first episode had a whole bunch of crazy moments, like Belos taking over Hunter, Flapjack literally dying, going back to the Earth and seeing the whole mom experience and how they're all fitting into Earth. Like the first episode was definitely a little bit shorter, like a 2 minutes shorter, but it had, you know, a lot of rushing into it. But I felt like it was like a lot more, I don't know, jam-packed of stuff, important stuff. But that second episode is really just them coming to the Boiling Isles. She got a new palisman. The Collector finds out that King's a traitor. Belos is inside of one of the puppets, and in the whole puppet Owl House game with the Collector controlling everybody. Now the Collector knows that they're trying to stop him, and now the Collector is like, I'm not going to let this happen. In literally less than 30 seconds, I described everything in this episode. That's why I do feel like they could have put different things in this episode. But anywho, it's a great episode on the show. I am so sad it got leaked. I would have loved watching this live with everybody else. But it's an amazing episode and an amazing experience, and I hope episode 3 does not disappoint. Tell me in the comments below, guys, you think about this. Tell me your opinions and what you think about my opinions, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.